Was not a great couple of days for Colin Morikawa. 75 and 74, he misses the cut. I'll show you what he did here at the 8th hole. And this was on Thursday.
Yeah, he didn't play well last week either. You thought, coming in here, he'd be amongst the favorites.
I'm showing you this just because of how creative it was. It's what it takes. Links golf. Yeah. Might get it done there. But it's an example of all the different options that you have out here. Heard it said it is much more art than science, and the artist himself is out there at the 8th hole. Johnson Wagner and Wags, what do you have for us tonight?
Well, first of all, Rich, I think that's the first time I've ever been referred to as an artist. Well, maybe with the putter, I could be a little bit of an artist. But I just thought this shot from Colin Morikawa was such a great example of the different options. And before he hit the shot, he and his caddy, Billy Foster, came all the way up here. They were trying to stop the ball here and have it just drop down this ridge. And there's another ridge on the green as this ball gets on there. You can actually get this pretty close. I rolled one earlier, got it down to about 3 feet. I don't think that quite has the speed to get close. But Colin's ball, as you saw, came and finished right here in the fringe, and it would be a double bogey and basically take him out of any chance of making the cut. Now, what I really want to show you tonight is why he didn't take a direct line, because not only did he have to come over a bunker, but he has to land it on a hard downslope, and it's going to run past the hole. In rehearsal out here, my son Graham actually hit a pretty nice little 60-degree to about 7 feet, so that's the mark to beat with the flop shot. Down here at the spot, you can just see how daunting this shot is, because if you catch it a little clean and go over the other side, it would leave a brutal up and down from there. So what I'm going to start with tonight is I'm going to start with the bump. And as I hit it from here, it's about a 1 yard gap that you've got to stop it on to get it coming down that hill. And Colin, it's a pretty risky shot, and I thought he executed it well. But at that point, he's hitting his 4th shot. He really needed to get this ball up and down, and it was the only way to get it close. Also, during rehearsal, I caught this one a little thin and hit it over the back of the green. That's not a very good spot either, so hopefully we're going to be a little better. And we're not. Absolute chunk. That's going to end up right where Colin ended up. I don't think that ball can get onto the green. No, it didn't, but all in all, not too bad. I probably would have chosen a putter if I could have hit that on my own accord. And now here's the shot. And this turf is very tight, but you don't really have to worry too much about chunking it if you know how to use the bounce. Now, I've got my wedge from home, which has about 10 degrees of bounce on it. And Brandel, you and I had a conversation. When players come over to the Open Championship and they're playing off of these firm fairways, generally they'll go to a lower bounce 60 just so that club can get under the ball a little bit easier. And now I think the only way to get this ball close is to really open up that club face. Oh, man, I could feel it in the practice swing. All right, Johnson, use the ground. There we go. Oh, sit. So I flew it a little bit far, but as you can see, it would have to land just over the bunker with quite a bit of spin to get anywhere close to the hole. So Colin, in his situation, he did. I think he made the right choice. And as you saw yesterday, on Thursday, he short-sided his 8-iron, short-iron approach left into the worst possible spot, hit that beautiful flop. So Colin Morikawa's iron play certainly was not in good shape this week, and that's why he's going to be going home early at 7 over par for the championship. Rich?
Wags, nice pitch right there. Loved it. Good bounce the whole bit. Let's talk a little bit about this weekend. I mean, I know you're buddies with Brian Harman. You and I talk about what a bulldog he is, how he played almost the perfect round of golf today. Just give us a handicap. You're looking at this leaderboard. Do you think anybody can chase down Scotty Scheffler? And if so, who do you think's got the best chance?
Well, Brian Harman's won it before, and it was just 2 years ago. And Brandel, to be honest with you, one of my favorite traits about Brian is when people count him out and don't believe he can do something, it almost motivates him more to be that bulldog. Went to Georgia. He's been a gritty guy. He's a little bit undersized, so people always underestimate him, like they did at Liverpool, and he just slammed the door on him. Now, chasing a guy like Scotty Scheffler, who's hitting the driver as well as he is, hitting the irons as well as he is. And by the way, holing putts. Last time I looked, I believe he was second in the field in strokes gained putting. So I'm not sure anybody in the professional game can do it, but I wouldn't count Brian out just yet.
Wags, thank you. Artist, without a doubt. That was
artistry.
That was some of your better work. Way to go, pal. We'll see you a little bit.